Hey guys, I'm Parth, and this is the first video in the series which I'm calling Getting Started with Augmented Reality. The videos are a part of graduate course on Mobile Augmented Reality at New York University's Integrated Digital Media program. The agenda for this video is to get the environment set up for developing augmented reality applications. We're going to download the required softwares, SDKs and packages and install them and have hopefully at the end of it we'll be good to go. Let's dive right in. Okay, so first we're going to download the Unity game engine. Go to unity3d.com and click Get Unity. This should take you to the download page. If you are going to use Unity for personal purposes like me and don't care about the Unity logo showing up on your application, you can use the personal edition, it should work just fine. For the purpose of this class, we're going to download an older version of Unity because apparently the Google Tango SDK doesn't work well with the latest version as of now. So go to older versions of Unity, somewhere in the bottom of the page, click older versions of Unity, and I'm going to select Unity 5.3.4. I'm going to select the Unity installer, and that should be it. So once you have the download complete, open the file, give it permissions, and go through the very straightforward installation process. I'm gonna deselect documentation and standard assets because I don't want the size to grow bigger. Also, since we're going to use it for Android development, I need the Android build support. If you're building for iOS, make sure you select the iOS build support as well. Select next, and if you want your download files to be available after the installation, you can have them downloaded to a specific folder. I don't need them, and let it install in the default folder. It should take like a few minutes to download, and I'll pause the video till then and see you on the other side. And there it is. I have Unity installed on my computer. I'm gonna launch it. First time I open it, it should ask me for my login. If you already have an account, you can like sign in right here. If not, you can register one here. I'm gonna just log in. And it's gonna ask me for my license again. I'm gonna select Unity Personal, click next. I don't use Unity on a professional capacity. Next, and that's it. We are good to go and start a new project. I'm just gonna create a new test Unity project just to show you guys how it looks. Let it create in the documents folder, and there you go. This is your first Unity project. I'll make another video to explain to you guys how this works. For now, it's good that we can open it. I'm gonna close this down and we can move forward to installing Java. The next thing that we're gonna do is installing Java, and make sure you install JDK and not Java. This is important. So if you go to this, you should select Java SE from oracle.com, and the one you want is the latest one up here. I'm calling it JDK 8 update 101 102. Select 801, which should work just fine. I'm running a Windows 64, so I'm gonna select this. You can select any one you like depending on your operating system. Give it a few minutes to download, and I'll see you again. So now that I've downloaded Java, I'm gonna open the installer, give it permissions, and it should open a nice little installer for me. Go through the straightforward installation process again. Should take like a few seconds to go. Please try not to change anything regarding the installation location or anything. It might not work the way you want it to. So I'm gonna let it go in the program files Java JRE folder. Select next, let it install. And there it is. The next step is to download the Android SDK. Now there are two ways of doing it. Downloading the Android Studio, which does all the work for you, but I would go the manual route so you know how it works in the back end. Also, we're not going to do any native development for a while, so there's no need to spend 2 gigs of memory on Android Studio development environment. So we're going to go to Android SDK download. So take you to the Android developer website. If you go all the way to the bottom, there would be this table which gives you only the command line tools. I'm gonna go on and download Android SDK version 24.4.1 for Windows and accept all the licenses and save them. So now I have the Android SDK downloaded. I'm gonna extract it to this folder for a bit and then gonna move it to our development environment. So it has a few folders which are all important, and what I'm gonna do is first of all rename it to SDK. What I'm gonna use my C drive development Android as my development environment. You can totally go on and use whatever you like, but just make sure that your path doesn't have any special characters or spaces in them. Android doesn't like spaces or special characters, and it might break your code for no reason at all. So I'm gonna paste the SDK folder in the development slash Android folder in my C drive. You can totally go on and do it anywhere else. So now that you have downloaded the Android SDK and extracted it to a desired folder, you're gonna download the actual platforms on which we're gonna develop. So open the SDK manager. It should open this nice little window, not so many of them. Yep. So what we need is the Android SDK tools, the platform tools, the build tools. We don't need the Android 7.0. We also don't need 6.0. So the thing with Unity and Vuforia is that it works very fine with Android 2.3.3. But so I'm gonna download the SDK platform for that, and the SDK platform for I guess 4.4.2. At the end, in the extras, you need the Google USB driver, and I don't think you need anything else. So yeah, there will be like 6 packages you need to download. Click install, accept license, and the app should do it for you. So this concludes all the downloading and installing business. One last step is to let Unity know about the Android SDK and JDK locations. So the way you do it is open Unity, create any test project if you will. Then you need to go to edit, select preferences, go to external tools and browse for your locations for SDKs and JDK. So my SDK, as you would remember, is based in C, development, Android, and SDK. So I'll fetch this location. My JDK is again right here. So okay, Unity is smart enough to figure it out. So you just got to select this folder. Once that is done, you can close this, and congratulations, you've set up your machine to develop some AR applications. I'll see you in the next video with some more stuff. Till then, good luck, happy coding.